we'll have this discussion.
Discussion? What discussion?
This is a discussion combustion.
Coming to you from Denver, Colorado. This is Discussion Combustion Podcast with your hosts, Kevin Batstone and Arthur Raw.
He knows his mic presence.
Yeah, it's usually, once you do it for a while, you're kind of like, it all depends on the mic too. It's like, these are seems pretty solid ones. So it's like, usually about yay far is a good spot. For,
the old two-fist rule.
Yep. Black Kong.
Yeah. It's good stuff, though, man. I mean, shit, it's been, like we were saying, almost 4 years since you were on the show last.
Yeah, it'll be 4 years in like 3 weeks.
That's just hard to believe how much time's gone by. Of course, this was before COVID and all that shit that happened.
Yeah, so many things.
It was also snow. I remember, it was cold. I just remember it was cold. I was like, God damn.
It was cold. I think we were doing Sober October that time.
Yep.
But yeah, man, it's good to link up again, reunite.
For sure.
Appreciate you coming down, checking out the new spot.
Before we start.
Yeah, cheers.
We're on.
Cheers. What actually inspired the reach out is we went to College Inn.
Huh. I live right across the street.
And I was like, I remember meeting him and his people over here, and I was like, dude, fuck it, let's reach out to Gabe and see what he's doing, see if he's down.
It could have also been like, hey, I'm at the College Inn. I would have been like, sure, I'll come over. Because literally, if you're at the College Inn, and if you look out the door, to the right, you'll see a patio that has a smoker and patio furniture on it. That's where I live.
Damn. So you just go down and come across the street?
Yeah, literally, there's a liquor store across the street, and I timed myself one day drunkenly. And it took me from going from my front door to across the street, inside a liquor store, grabbing a 12-pack, paying, coming back. It took me 2 minutes and 32 seconds.
Damn.
Really?
That's pretty speedy. I think mine's closer because
quick.
I got one I can walk to and back. Yeah. It's closer to like 9 minutes.
Yeah, no. That was, again, I was drunk, so it was like sprinting across, sprinting back across, praying Frogger in real life. It was not like the most ideal situation, but I didn't die, so.
That's kind of I like doing stuff like that, kind of fun little time things. How long is this? Like I did it tonight, actually. Getting all the cameras, turning on the lights. I'm like, how long is this going to take? It took 7 minutes.
Yeah, that was way too long.
Well, it's because I was struggling with the power cord.
It took you way too long.
Yeah, well, this guy wasn't helping.
I was sitting there judging.
There's always one.
You gotta have the judgers. So
the supervisor.
Yeah, that's right.
Yes, the people planner.
Yeah.
When COVID happened, that liquor store that you're talking about is the liquor store that I bailed to when they were like saying that all the liquor stores were going to be closed, for like however many months, and like everyone was freaking out to go buy booze. I went and I spent like fucking $300 in booze at that liquor store, waited in like an hour and a half line.
Yep.
Like,
so when like similar with me, like we had just gone back we used to do our yearly Scottsdale guys trip, spring training.
Nice.
Go out there, get drunk, meet some lovely co-eds out there, go watch spring training. So I got back on the 18th, and I think we shut down on the 20th or something like that.
That sounds right.
And I was driving back from an appointment off of Colorado, yeah, like by Hamden. And I was driving back, and they're like, oh, alert, liquor store's going to shut down tonight. I saw Total Wine, I was like, not today, my friend. Shot in there, and like, it was just bedlam. Like, I was just grabbing
everything you could.
Everything. I spent close to like $2,000 in one trip.
No way.
Because people were texting me, they're like, I'm like, hey, it's got to Total Wine, like, let me know what you need.
And they were just selling you.
They were like, boom, 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 boom. I was like, we'll settle tabs once I get out of here and because like people, it was a mad.
Oh yeah, it was.
I was just
crazy.
grabbing Bud Lights by the cases, Coors, Modelo's.
And that lasted like a day, right? Like it
lasted like an hour and a half.
It wasn't that long. It was the same with the pot shops.
Yeah.
They were going to close those as well, but
and
everything stayed open.
They're like, oh yeah, no weed for you guys, and then it's like, we're gonna shut down everything.
We're gonna keep it. Yeah, I was in the grocery business at the time, so I was seeing the panic shopping happening.
Oh yeah.
Right. I mean, the shelves were just getting depleted. We were there 10, 12 hours just trying to keep groceries on the shelves. It was just mass chaos, of course, and it did happen quick. I remember we got done doing a podcast that night. The NBA announced that hey, we're shutting down, and that was it. Sports were done that week. Like that was it.
So we were at the airport. The morning we were literally at the airport bar when MLB announced that they were shutting down spring training. We had gone through security. We were at the airport bar having our pre-flight drinks, and they're like, oh, MLB officially shuts down spring training. We're like, our flight leaves in 30 minutes. Fuck.
Damn.
It's like, well, all right, we got the Airbnb still, so we just, I tell you, Scottsdale did not shut down at all.
Scottsdale's a party town for sure.
It was a lot of fun, and we all joked. We're like, oh, we're going to catch it. Everyone came back totally fine. And then, we got back, and boom, just shut down.
Everything just started closing down. Yeah, sports were going away. Everything was going away. NASCAR was funny what NASCAR did because obviously they were still running races for a bit, no fans in attendance, and then they went to virtual racing. So all the racers were driving from their houses in these racing simulators, and they did that for like 3-4 months. That was not my favorite time of NASCAR. But at least we had something to watch every week, but it was like we're watching video games.
So, like, the e-gaming things, like DFS, like, and all the DraftKings and all that stuff, those are some of my good guys. Dylan, shout out at DraftKings, still hooks it up.
Nice.
Like, the DFS stuff, like the Counter-Strike Go, like, all those, like, e-game stuff that was still going on, that's all you really could watch or, like, bet on or gamble on or do something on because football wasn't here. Mm-hmm. Baseball was done. Basketball was done. The bubble hadn't started. So, just, like, all I did was... Everyone drank.
A lot of people did a lot of drinking.
I gained a lot of liquor weight during that time.
Yeah, the COVID 30 was real.
The COVID 30.
Yeah, I got stretch marks on my belly. I gained so much weight so quick, drinking fucking whiskey and all the Coca-Cola.
Yep.
And we were like ordering Taco Bell. Like, why haven't I had Taco Bell in so long?
Sorry. It's horrible for your digestion system.
Yeah, I don't know. Taco Bell is pretty good, but it's crazy, right? So everyone goes through this crazy mayhem, this fear, all this stuff, and now we're years beyond it, and everyone's kind of like over that shit.
Yeah, they're tired.
So there's like this whole like it's like what was that like? What actually happened during that time? Are you a conspiracy theorist at all?
It's just the COVID fatigue, really, what it is now. People, if you got vaccinated, you didn't. Whatever. Personal preference, not my pig, not my battle.
Yeah.
So if you got vaccinated, cool. If you didn't, that's your choice. Whatever. So I think now that people have gone, majority of people have gone. It sucked. I had it. I was down for 6 days and just felt like death. But then got my sense of smell back like a week and a half later. So be it. But everyone was just. I think you get to a point where it's just like, all right,
we're over it.
Enough's enough. Kind of Darwin effect. The Bill Burr thing is like, we might need to thin the population.
Yeah, I love the Bill Burr joke. He talks about that in every one of his specials.
Oh, yeah. It's like, hey, some thinning wouldn't be a bad situation.
Sure.
It would make my car a lot more cheaper because there wouldn't be as much demand. I just had to get a new car, which
that's no good.
Sucked. Yeah, I had a car payment in almost 6 years.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So now
you're back to the car payment.
Now your piggy bank is broke.
That piggy bank is crying right now. My car payment doubled from what I paid last time, and it's a nice car, but not what I wanted. But
I kind of like I kind of do like the new Kias only because I got to drive one as like a rental for a little bit, and it was kind of fun to drive. I don't know about the new Hyundais. I don't know about those.
If you got a USB, apparently you can drive them wherever. Isn't that like the thing where like you could steal a Hyundai?
Like, the Hyundais?
I think it's Hyundai where you just need like a USB to plug in somewhere and the car just like opens up or some shit.
Huh.
I guess they are one of the most stolen cars. I have heard that.
Yeah.
See, I still drive a manual transmission. I was telling my buddy he was in town last week, and I'm like, that's the greatest car security I can have.
It is.
Nobody knows how to drive them anymore.
Well, I do.
Good man.
I always my buddy does have like a nice Honda Civic, and occasionally we'll swap cars if he needs like I have an SUV now. Mm-hmm. I've always had an SUV, so excuse me. If he needs to borrow it. It's like, boom, here you go, and I'll swap cars, and he's just throwing the gears. So much fun.
It is.
But it's a lost art, like many other things, like actually having human conversations.
Like this, yeah.
Yeah, like this, where you don't have to look at your phone every 2 seconds. You don't have to, unless you're looking up something. Yeah, it's great to have it in your hand, but it's one of the biggest things I talk to people a lot. Like I'll do some meetings to talk to some entrepreneurs and stuff like that, and they're like, I'm like, do you know how to have a conversation? Like, go out to a bar and just like, you see a person, like, I want to talk to this person. Just ask them how their day is going. What's their name? Like, what do they do? Like, do they have family? So just general basic information. Feel comfortable in that. Like, start talking to people. Kids nowadays are like, YOLO or whatever, or no cap, whatever the hell the kids say nowadays.
Yeah, I can't keep up with it.
I'm 36 and I sound like I'm 72.
Yeah. I have a lot of people that tell me that all the time. Like, you're like the oldest young person I've ever heard. And granted, I'm in my mid-30s, but I'm not up with this shit.
Nah. Now, I'll hop on TikTok every once if I need like brain dead for a couple minutes, just to like
and that's
try to clear the mind.
Fine. We all need to turn it off every once in a while.
Yeah, well, for me,
you can't think all the time. But the lost art of feeling comfortable having a conversation,
feeling just comfortable with a human connection, right? Like an actual human connection where you're not on the computer, you're not virtually like oh, playing, Call of Duty and that stuff are very popular, games and stuff like that. But actually being like, hey, you want to go watch this basketball game or go to this baseball game, go to see the Broncos, go see the Rapids, go see the Avs. Like, actually having a human interaction when you go out. And like,
so here's the thing is, like, I do talk about, we talk about this, like, how it's like a lost art. And actually, I was about to say, like, I don't really see examples, live action of this happening, but then I started brainstorming while I was talking, and just recently I was on a date with a gal, and we're, having sushi, it's a good time, and then she ends up, like, whipping out her phone, is talking about how her nephew's doing tattoo work. She's not even sharing the pictures, just over here laughing about that over there. I'm like, what happened to, like, hanging out with me
single,
right now?
So one thing I've really started implementing on dates, going out with chicks, is
no phone rule.
so we both put phone in the middle of the table.
Oh, this is what I do.
And you go, all right, I usually am going to pay regardless, but it's a nice game to, like, try to keep the conversation stimulated. And also you get to the point where, like, I don't want to I'm no time for bullshit type of guy, so if I can't have a conversation with you at dinner about just not how just my day was, like other deeper conversations about life and things, then I'm probably not going to see you again.
Fair.
Well, I will, but it's not going to be as a romantic interest.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, but everyone both put the phone in the middle of the table, face down, and you go, hey, is there any sort of emergency thing that you might need? Like, is there anything emergency that you might need to take care of?
Yeah.
Yes. All right. That's the only reason you could pick up your phone if that happens. If not, we have to have a real life conversation.
I like it.
And if whoever breaks and picks up their phone first
Pays the whole tab.
Pays the whole tab.
Yep. Yeah, we took that on too. We've definitely been implementing that, and I'm trying to bring it into my house too a little bit because the guys will come over and watch NASCAR. And I know they're not big NASCAR guys, but it's like, man, let's hang out, let's visit with each other.
And just good. As men, the big thing nowadays, men's mental health. It's like, hey, man, sometimes you just need to be like, hey, bro, put the phone down. Let's just have a conversation. Like, how are you actually? Like, no BS. It's just you and I. I'm not going to judge you. It's for open space. It's like, bro, how's life going? Especially after COVID and everything that happened. People have gone through so much financial issues, spousal issues, so much bullshit.
So true.
It's just, I do with my friends too. I'm like, hey, man, like, we'll be on the golf cart and be like, hey, bro, just anything you need to get off your chest. Like, you've been kind of weird.
Yeah.
Is everything all right? Like, I'm not going to tell anyone, like, do that. So, yeah, that's also another good way to do it, too. It's just because we're so addicted to our phones.
Yep.
It's so easy.
And I'm pretty sure someone's watching this on their phone right now.
Oh, yeah, guaranteed. And we appreciate that.
Well, no, and
Thanks.
if they're watching on their, like, they might be watching us on YouTube, and they're, like, trying to look at their phone right now while they're watching it on their TV. So they, like, got it on their TV, and then they're they got their phone up, too.
Right.
They're looking at something else on their phone while we're on the TV.
Oh yeah, I see.
Because
background noise.
Yeah, like, people double dip. Like, they'll put
true.
on their favorite series, and then they'll also be scrolling Instagram at the same time.
I'm
swiping.
I've done it.
Yeah, I mean, we've all done it.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
But the more often that we can notice when we are entering in those habits, look, one night a week, that's fine. Like, if you're like spending a day vegging out a week, like just nonsense, whatever, binging any show you want, like, that's fine. But if you're doing that 5 days a week, and you're just constantly spending your time looking at the screen and, like, looking at other people's lives, like, you're gonna get depressed. Like, we have to stay active. And I like that challenge of just putting the phones down. Let's actually communicate. Let's have a conversation.
That's why we're out, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Especially like on a dating scenario, like you want to get to know somebody, and like it depends what your motives are, and if you're like actually looking for a genuine connection.
Oh, I'm also I also have my own little weird thing when I'm going on a date. I always do bar first, like the hour before dinner, and if it's just not going well at drinks, I'm like, you know what? I'll pay for the round, a couple rounds of drinks, but I'm just gonna end this tonight.
Yeah. So it's kind of like the scouting report.
Yeah, it's do my scouting report day of, and if it's going well, good conversation, good flow, then we'll proceed. There you go to step 2, and we go to dinner and
I like that.
But if not, a couple of drinks at happy hour, you're talking $20, $30 shot or something like that, $50, $60.
Cheaper than going full send dinner.
Instead of going $200, going to sushi or whatever, ramen or whatever. So that's kind of like my little 2-step, and it saved me a lot of headaches because some chicks are like, I'm like, I have talked to you about 2 times
right
since we got to this bar. It's not gonna work.
I mean, that's the way to do it too. Like we said, the scouting report, right?
Yep.
Instead of doing like video chats and stuff like that or texting, right? You set a date, you go hang out, you get to know this person. You immediately know if there's going to be attraction, if there's going to be interest in going to dinner or whatever. I like that. I think that's a good screening process, right?
It is. And also, you get a couple drinks in, and the reason to do that is just to get people loose because everyone's got that stiff personality of like, oh, I need to present. I am this perfect. It's like no. Just be your true self.
Yep.
I don't care. Either I'm gonna like you or not.
And see, and I think that's tough for people too, Gabe, coming out of, like we talked about with COVID, because everyone was doing Zoom calls, video calls, video dating, right?
Yep.
It was like, and then now that we're back and everything's opened up again, people are just still so used to doing that.
Yeah.
It's like everyone's binky at this point.
Right. That's a good way
The
to word
phone
it.
is everyone's binky. It's just like, oh, this is my safe space.
It makes me feel
Yeah.
comfortable.
If I look at this phone, you can't see me or hurt me.
Yep.
Oh.
Yeah,
That's a
or
good way to
like
word
even
it.
on an elevator, like people just you can tell when people whip out their phones out of like they're uncomfortable. You can tell they're uncomfortable, and they don't even have anything to do on their phone. They're using that as their binky.
Yeah, that's a great way to word
just
it.
an anxiety
Let's cut down
tick.
the binky time.
Yeah.
So yeah, dating in 2023 has been it's been crazy.
It's been a ride, huh?
And we can come into this a little bit, man, because all three of us have some dating stories, right?
Everyone's got a dating story.
Like we do. How far do we go into this conversation? I don't
Didn't
know.
we talk about this a couple weeks ago about like embarrassing situations when I clogged the shitter?
I mean, you have a knack for bringing up that story.
I have one.
Okay, Gabe.
So I was dating this girl about, I would say, end of 22. Yeah, end of 22. And it's her friend's birthday, and she's really into strip clubs. Her friends are really into strip clubs. I was like, yeah, cool, whatever.
Yeah.
So we end up going, and we're having a good time. We go to dinner and do all that stuff.
So you're going to the strip club?
Yeah, we're going to strip clubs. Like, yeah, fuck
Okay.
it, whatever, we're going.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave the strip clubs names out of it because
Yes.
That's fair.
certain people might still work there. And we sit down. I'm just talking to the guys and stuff like that. I'm not a big strip club guy. Like,
Yeah.
I'd rather just save my money and use it.
That's
on
where I'm at
something
now.
else. I'll throw a couple dollars, like a $20, $30, call it good. Entertainment costs, like, it's just what it is. So the girl I was with, she falls in love with this girl. And she's like, I need you to come with me. And we get to the stage, and the girl that was dancing was a girl I went to middle school with. And she had a
Okay.
crush on me, apparently. And it got really awkward when she was like, oh my God. I was like, I don't know what your name is. And the girl I was with was like, wait a minute. What's going on here? I was like, no, it's not what you think. We went to school, middle school together. It's like, oh my God. And then it just...
Trying to keep your innocence alive.
And then
Yeah.
the stripper was like, no, we actually just went to school. She's like, I don't believe you. I was like, oh my God. So yeah, that was a good date story.
Yeah, that's
That's how it ends. In
I
that
went off the
situation.
rails quickly. Yeah.
And then I was like, honestly, if you're gonna just flip out like that on a situation like that, you gotta be cool about certain things.
Sure.
Yeah.
And we all dated other people prior to the person we're dating, so
That's fair.
I
I know you got a good story, Art.
I mean, okay, so I'm gonna speak vaguely because I don't always like to give too much detail.
we keep the innocence.
Yeah, yeah. Your name is safe with me, girls. Don't worry about that.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, is like online dating compared to organically meeting people. It's and I've dabbled with both. I've even spent money on a dating app to
I
like
refuse
have
to
all.
do that.
No,
never do
and
it.
look,
Never have.
I did refuse to do that for the longest time, and it's not worth it. Yeah, so don't ever do it.
All right.
It's not my thing.
It's not worth the money. And all the people on these dating apps, it's so finicky, and you spend all this time trying to like read through these profiles and like see if this could be the one, and then maybe you have a message back, maybe you even connect, and it's like online dating is such a waste of human energy. Like, find a way to get out there, get busy, chase your goals, and you're just going to start meeting people that way.
Bro, some of the
I've done both.
easiest things.
I've done both, and yeah.
Some of the easiest things, man, is join like leagues, like kickball, skee ball, whatever,
Oh, yeah.
volleyball leagues. You just meet so many new people, and like you just expand your network. Two, you get to introduce yourself to other people instead of just like swipe.
Yeah,
swipe,
I'm
swipe.
gonna
Exactly.
do 2 thumbs down on online dating.
Yep.
If you're doing that, like me, I hope you're doing it because you're doing it until the end of your paid subscription.
Yeah, I never felt. There was
never
like,
did it.
oh hey,
No,
for
it was
$14.99 a
waste of
month,
money. It was waste of money.
You could go like chicks in like Europe. I'm like, I'm in
you
Denver. Like, why do I need to?
You get unlimited messaging.
Yeah, like
Hooray.
it's like it's not a phone plan anymore. Like,
Right.
Yeah,
Yeah,
no,
and
it's a waste. It's a waste of money.
all right, good to know.
Then you have all the catfishing too, right? There's all these
Yeah.
people out there
Oh, yeah.
that pull all these pictures from Instagram model sites and stuff, and they
Yeah.
start trolling people, asking for, hey, I want to come see you, but I don't have any gas in my car. I had a buddy that
Yeah.
went through this, and he literally bought like a prepaid Visa so she could buy gas to come visit him. Well, once he bought the gas, he never heard from her again.
On match.
It
Yeah,
was something like that.
I had-
it's a waste of time.
I had a buddy. We were on a trip recently who, good-looking fella, does the apps and stuff like that, and matched with a chick in this city, and she asked him to send her $80 so she could get a babysitter to go meet him.
There you go. Same shit.
I was like,
Nah.
what? I was like, dude, bro, if you send her $80, I'm gonna nut punch you right now.
And I'm going to go on record to
Do
say I
not.
bet 7 out of 10 guys would do it.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Guys were horny, and also
yeah.
I guess what's the word? Simp.
Simping.
Oh, the simp.
Simp, whatever.
I've been hearing that term a lot.
I
Yeah.
guess like
We call it beta. We call those beta
betas.
males.
Yeah.
Beta
whatever.
male behavior.
Yeah.
But look, since we're on it, I got to break it down. Anyone could beta bottom at any time. Like, you can't just be an alpha and expect to be an alpha all the time. Like, you have to maintain these things. Like, I've beta bottomed recently over girls, and I'm trying to actively be that mysterious James Bond type of guy. You know,
Keep 'em guessing.
But that's the thing is, like, it's way better organically. I'm gonna say that 100% definitively.
I 1,000% agree. I would much rather give my buddy $80 to go out to the bar to go like try to meet a chick
Yes.
than be like, oh, I'm gonna let you spend your $80 to give this chick online to
Yeah.
go pay for a babysitter, like,
And then never hear from her again.
and then never hear from her.
Yeah, and then all of a sudden, who's the babysitter never showed up. Matter of fact, she didn't even have kids. Her name was Richard.
Yeah, exactly.
And what they found a way though to play the game so well, like there's like a whole operation what they do this. I won't name any names here, but I've seen instances where like they'll send gifts, like,
Yeah.
and they're getting other people to pay for the gifts that they're sending to this guy that they're talking to, and then they get this guy to pay for a gift that they're talking to this person about.
It's really
crazy.
It's really complicated money laundering type stuff. Where it's
Basically
just
what it is.
layering, and you're trying to hide the cash. Goes here, goes there, goes here, goes there, goes here, goes there, and then yeah, eventually someone's getting scammed at the end of the day. But organic dating, just look at yourself in the mirror. I always tell people get nice cologne. Cologne always projects confidence because people that actually is one of the best icebreakers you could have. Is if you walk by someone like, what are you wearing?
It's a good point.
And you're not starting the conversation, and they are.
That's
So
true.
it's just one of the easiest icebreakers. Go to like
What do you wear?
today. This is Aqua di Gio perfume. I have a very extensive.
Oh,
Don't go down the rabbit hole I did.
You got an extensive
He's a
book.
cologne
huh?
aficionado.
Yeah, it's yeah. Yeah.
He's
Do
like,
not
what
go
kind
down-
of smell do I? He's all like putting on the pumpkin spice, fucking
No.
the colognes and shit.
No,
like
I'm
during
not
the
basic.
When the
I'm
season
not,
changes,
I'm not
you
that
put on
basic.
the pumpkin spice shit.
But a cologne is one of the easiest and cheapest things you could do to like give
Yeah.
yourself confidence because the first stranger where you're out somewhere, I was like, you smell really good. What is that? And you're like, haha, nice. It just
Gotcha.
automatically like just put your shoulders back. You're like, haha,
It's
big
true.
swinging dick over here.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
good to
you're like,
smell
oh,
good.
this is this. Oh, hey, how are you? I'm so and so. Like,
Yeah.
how's your night going? Oh, it's going good. Like, where do you get that? Oh, I got it. The conversation starts naturally going.
Yeah.
But that's one of the easiest things. Also, haircuts. Make sure you groom yourself as a guy. Like, don't look like a caveman.
So yeah.
Yeah,
good
and
points.
really easiest thing is cologne. Like, we're finding a good cologne.
Smell good.
Yeah, smell good. Walk by
Yeah.
someone and they're gonna be like, especially chicks. Just they'll be like, oh hey, don't overdo it.
Oh yeah. You don't want to.
There's a nice.
How many sprays is like the money spot?
I
Because I
do-
think it depends on the.
Depends on the potency.
It depends on
Yeah.
the cologne. Like,
Yeah, it does.
if you're gonna go down a little rabbit hole of fragrances here, an EDT Eau de Toilette, which is like the weakest one, you could do like 4 or 5. The EDP
Yeah.
Eau de Parfum, you could go 3 to 4.
Huh.
The parfums are more concentrate, so I would say like maximum 3. And then
So what do you hit?
I
Do
feel,
you
like,
like?
I feel like I'm a 3-hitter.
it's all next.
You
That's
hit
all.
the neck and the wrist.
It's no, you never want. Well,
Because I hit the wrist and
Nah,
I hit the
so-
wrist and the neck.
So if you do this when you put cologne on, you're actually diluting the oils in it because it's basically just oil base.
Huh.
So you want to put like lotion so that the oils attract to the lotion and seep into the lotion for longer lasting effect. If you start rubbing
know
it,
that.
you're diluting the flavor, diluting the oils in there because you're creating heat and that dissipates the scent.
fragrance.
The scent, yeah. So I usually do 2 on the front, 1 on the back. You want a nice little trail to follow you around.
Oh,
so
so
'cause
you
yeah,
like the crop
I never
dust?
do the
Yeah.
back. I never do the back.
Yep. So you want to do like 1 on the back of the neck, 2 right here, and then you're good.
Damn, that's some good information right
Interesting.
there. Because I'm usually on 1, 2, 3. I go 1, 2, 3, right, just right across.
Yeah, you want
gotta get
to
one in the
put
back.
one on the back because when you're walking
Yeah, I've
past
never done the
someone,
back either.
especially like if you're going to you get home after work, you shower, get ready, you're about to go to like an event or some sort of function or something like that. Yeah, 1, 2, back, and then you walk at the door, get inside. The minute you walk into that event, you're gonna be leaving that trail of just like someone's gonna, what is that? Because you're leaving that scent, just not the crop dusting sense, but
No, honestly,
a good
the
fragrance,
back.
yeah.
No, like I'm going to start incorporating that, and I think that's great advice for anybody out there who's trying to learn how to.
also
spray
if
the
you have a
cologne.
dog parks,
Yeah,
great place to meet people.
Yeah, that's
That is true.
that's a good point for sure. 'Cause
My dog is the best wingman out there.
it's a great
I bet.
conversation starter. What
1000%
breed
closer.
is it? You know, how old is he? Yeah, all that kind of stuff. I don't have. I have fish. I'm a fish guy, so I can't.
I don't
walk
know
my
many about fish parks, but
fish parks.
Aquarium.
yeah, there you
You can
go.
go to the aquarium. You know, aquarium's pretty fun. That's more of a kid's place, though. I feel like
That's a
Take
little
children
creepy,
there.
but
Yeah, no, I don't. I don't think you're gonna meet a lot of
This
single women.
this
at the aquarium.
conversation might
Go off the rails. Don't pull the episode
Chris,
YouTube.
Chris, can you come in now?
Stop.
No, but those are good tips for sure. I mean, you know, again, just little things like that. And it's a good way to judge somebody's interest in you because if they're going to strike up a conversation, obviously, yeah, sure, you smell good, whatever. But now you got an opportunity to vet the process. Is this person actually worth talking to?
Yep.
They've reached out to me. Just little tips like
Oh,
that.
yeah, and it's also like some dudes might be like, "Hey, what are you wearing?" Like, I'm looking for new cologne, and you talk to them like, "Hey," usually people that know fragrance or are interested in fragrance. It's gonna sound very like cliche to say, but they're more affluent people. They're more out there doing stuff, so it could be a good networking opportunity. Every person you meet, it's a good chance to network with someone.
That's fair.
It's true.
You never know where a shake of a hand at a bar might lead to a meeting with some sort of distributor, CEO, radio company, whatever, sports team, whatever. So it's just day like that. Just present yourself as a good person.
Yeah, it's all great advice for sure. It carries a lot of weight too.
Welcome to my TED Talk.
TED Talk.
Well, and
With
as
Gabe.
far as like with dating as well, one thing that I think is important is, you know, you're really just staying true to yourself and being genuine. And the deeper point here is that you're treating everybody the same. Like you're just having fun. It doesn't matter how cute this girl was or what her friends look like. You know, you want to interact with everybody with the same genuine energy, and that way, regardless of who you're talking to, you're just having a good time. And that's really what it comes down to, because there's all this expectation on like, oh, I need a relationship, like, you know, I'm looking for somebody, you know, I can use that time and space to give to somebody. I have so much love to express, you know, all these things. Like, people have these thoughts,
Yeah.
and it's like, you know, maybe instead of putting so much expectation on like finding the one, maybe like you're having you just focus on enjoying your time, and then the one will come around, and that's always how it goes. Like, whenever you're not looking, a good one comes around.
100%
like,
accurate.
that's just how it goes.
Once you get comfortable with yourself, that exudes a confidence that's unseeable to yourself, but to everyone else. Once you and that's where everyone's like, "Oh, take time after you don't relationship hop or anything like that." No, I've been single for 2 years now, year and a half, 2 years. Been the best time of my life. Done a lot of things. Really, really reconnected with myself. There was some shit that happened during COVID. Everyone kind of got freaked out. People got sick, family stuff, all that stuff. But then you take a time, really internalize, look at yourself as first, be like, am I who I want to be? Am I presenting who I want to be? If you're not, work on it. Go read books. Go on YouTube. Go watch videos. Like, there's all this information out there. One of the good things about technology is that we have phones. Yes, you can look things up. You can get your information. Don't just keep your head buried in it all the time. Pick your head up, see what's going on in the world. Go to concerts, go to shows, go to comedy, go do this, go to taco parties, go to stuff like that. But you got to find yourself first. Be happy with who you are, and then that just exudes another level of confidence out there. That just attracts people like, I want to be around you because you seem to be, one, a really cool person, and you seem to be happy as hell.
Goes a long way for
Yeah.
sure. I think that's great advice, because I think when guys or gals come off desperate, right? Just date. I'm looking. I think that what that communicates is that they don't value themselves, right? Because it communicates, hey, I'm not comfortable and happy being by myself and you know, on my own. I need something else. I need that codependency, and that's not good.
Distractions. It's just distractions. What other distraction could I add to my life? Phone.
Yep.
Blah 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 blah. Yeah, this is a distraction, a tasty one. But
That's a tasty distraction.
It's so true. It is so true. And that is a good point, though, too. Like, you know, why are you looking for a relationship? Like, And it's funny because the three of us are all single and stuff,
Fair.
and we're talking about dating
Those that
advice
can't
and this and that.
coach.
Yeah, those that can't coach. But here's the thing: is it's not about just dating, and that's why we're peeling back the layers. You can have a lot of fun dating. I've met so many awesome women and had cool interactions with these girls and we're still in contact, but nothing's gonna come of that. And
Those are some of the best
It's about having
conversations.
fun.
Yeah.
It's about having fun and enjoying your time. And so that's where I'm gonna say that we have a level of expertise on talking about this is because we
Just experience.
understand how to enjoy our time and where to find value
And
within our
those
time.
are some of the best conversations ever because it's just not even like a sexual or anything like that. It's just like a personal level. Like you and that person just click. There, you might be attracted to them, whatever. There might be something low level, a little simmer, but it's just you just connect with the person. You're just like they have a conversation flow that you're just gelling with. It's not even like, oh, I want to take him home or whatever, blah 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 blah. You start planning the future, whatever. It's like you're a cool ass person. We have a really good conversation. Even from the opposite sex, you're a cool ass person. I don't see us being anything, but I definitely want to keep talking with you and have a friendship. It's just also just finding that wavelength with people and telling people no. The hard thing is being like, no, can't do it. Don't want to. We're not indebted to anyone to do anything we don't want to.
That's true.
It's true.
And that's where most people get ghosted and weird things start happening because they don't want to hurt others' feelings, and I get that. They're trying to be respectful, but if someone's not feeling it, and man, I really don't want to go on that thing, they just start either ghosting or making excuses and stuff like that. You're right. One of the hard things for a lot of folks is to say no. I don't want to do that.
Yeah, and I've in my careers, in my life, and my businesses, I've had no was probably finding the power to say no was probably one of the toughest things you could ever find. Just because. You're like, oh, do I need this money? It'd be nice. When you start having the conversation, they're like, do I need this? It's a necessity. You're like, it'd be okay. It's not like, no, I want this. It's like, I need this. So you're like, I kind of want it. I don't need it for my day-to-day life to be okay. That's when you really realize, all right, I could say no in the situation, and it's not going to affect my day. It's not going to affect my routine. It's not going to affect my life a year down the road. Don't try to burn a bridge. You never want to burn a bridge, but if you have to, let that bitch on fire and just walk away gleefully.
Oh yeah.
Let it burn.
Bathe in the ashes.
Yep.
The
Crack open a beer and
in the
watch
ashes of the flame.
Yeah.
Sometimes you got to.
Sometimes, get out of those toxic situations, and then just be like, hey, this situation happened. It sucks to do it, but it has to be done. And then just look at it, crack open a beer, go cheers, and best of luck.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Because what we allow in our lives, we attract more of.
Yep.
So if we're going to let the nonsense continue to be around us and we're going to be around the nonsense, then it's not going anywhere. You can, as Art calls it, the chopping block, get rid of it.
I'm quick. I am quick with my friends. Always jokes like, Gabe, you are. I wear my emotions on my face. So if I'm not enjoying the situation, they're like, oh, so you're not having a fun time. I'm like, yeah, you can tell, huh? It's like, yeah. It's like, oh, I'm gonna go. Like, and also if I'm the only one having a bad time, it's just not vibing with me.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna tell my whole crew, be like, we gotta go now. It's like they're having fun. I guess I can remove myself. That I control myself. I can go home, go do something else, go to another bar, go meet someone else, whatever.
Are you an Irish goodbye kind of guy? Do you just leave?
When I was younger, no. As I get older, yes. When I was younger, because you're young, you're like, oh man, did he get arrested? Did he get jumped
Where'd
or
he
something
go?
like that? Yeah.
Everyone was like, what happened?
Now, if I leave, it's more like, oh, he went home to go chill on the couch with his dog.
Fair.
And he's like, I just get to look up, get to look around, and be like, I'm out of here.
I mean, that's one of the best feelings, though, as an adult. When you're secure in yourself, you're not trying to prove things, and you're just like, all right, I'm leaving, I'm out. It's only 9:30, Arthur. I'm like, yeah, no, I wanted to leave 15 minutes ago, so I'm 15 minutes behind on when I wanted to leave. And then you go home, and you're just chilling, and you're like, it's 10 p.m., and I got the PJs on, I'm drinking water.
It's nice.
There's something really satisfying about just doing what is actually right for you.
Just sometimes you just got to say, been nice seeing you guys. Had a good time, but I'm going to hit the old dusty trail, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Because if not, you're sitting there, you're just like, why am I still here?
So what was the last situation where you were like, I gotta get out of here? What was it?
We were in New Orleans about 3 weeks ago for a little bachelor party, and we were at this bar, and I just didn't like the vibe. I was like, everyone's having a good time. Some people were having a good time chit chatting. I was just like, It's like, man, I'm just not feeling it. Just not feeling it. I ordered a round of drinks. It was fucking $70 for 6 Coronas.
Oof.
Good
What?
Lord.
I was like,
That is outstandingly
I was
expensive.
like, what in the hell? I was like, no, just the beer, not like a shot or anything. She's like, no. I was like, huh. One, I'm not feeling the vibe in this place. Two, you're going to charge that. I paid it because I ordered it, whatever. Get back to the table. I look at the group and go, hey, guys, I'm just not feeling it here. Just turned around, walked out, went a couple doors down, sat at a bar by myself with no friends, met some new people in this bar, had a great time.
Mm-hmm.
And then my friends text like, hey, where you at? I'm like, oh, I'm here. They showed up, they had a good time, and the night kept going. But sometimes you just need to remove yourself from a situation and not really care what anyone thinks about you.
Yeah.
Because if they don't care, if they care, they don't matter. Like,
No, that's fair.
Yeah.
Sometimes you get to walk away and mean it. Like, yeah.
and
this
the
is
people
gonna
that
work.
matter don't care. So,
That's true.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. New Orleans is fun though, man. What part of NOLA were you?
we were staying at the Garden District.
Not super familiar. Like
So
the
that's
parishes and
like Bourbon Street's kind of like the hair. It's a Caesar's Casino now.
Okay.
Caesar Casino. It's
I
kind
know
of
where that is.
It's kind of right by the Garden District is like right below it. It's about. I walked it one night drunk. Not the smartest idea I ever had. It was about like a 15-minute walk, so
Okay.
it's not too far. We had an awesome Airbnb, like 2 units combined. So we had 4 bedrooms, ton of space for everyone, 2 kitchens, everything. So it was awesome. Rooftop pool on the place, freaking sick. And then we were staying there and just walked to Bourbon Street, do that stuff. My favorite part of New Orleans is Frenchman. That's like the locals area, like best jazz over here is over there. Great breakfast spots, cool spots. Yeah, New Orleans is a great place to go. Food. If you get to go there, go to Mr. B's, get the buttered barbecue shrimp. Phenomenal.
It's just a fun city. I've only been there once, and I was like, I remember being on like the Riverwalk area there, where they got all that shit going on, and trying like boudin for the first time. And we got a buddy that's from down there, and you know he's the old raging Cajun. Matter of fact, his 40th is down there this winter, so we might be making a trip
You guys
down.
should go. You guys should go. It's dude. It's the food, the people, everyone's there, super nice. Of course, you got your assholes like any other city.
Exactly.
I would
There's
say
always
do like a
couple.
one night on Bourbon, and then like what we always do is like we do one night on Bourbon, and then we'll go to Frenchman, go see all those bars. Like if you like jazz music, some of the best jazz music you'll ever freaking hear is out
That's what I
there.
heard.
And great food, great people, and then doesn't really stop. Well, it's a little different because we went last time right before COVID. Didn't stop. Now it's a little sad. There's a lot of shutter businesses, stuff like that. Things start closing a little earlier. It wasn't as like packed as it previously was. So you see, it's kind of sad, but there's still great places, great locations out to go to, and the food. That's what you're really going for. Like you get some po' boy, some shrimp, seafood out the wazoo, and you'll grab a beignet, Cafe Du Monde, and
Sounds
you'll
so
be good
good
to
right
go.
now.
It does sound good. Yeah, we always get talking about food for sure. The Cajuns, they know how to eat. Folks down there, they know how to whip it up.
Oh, they sure do. And it's fucking phenomenal. Phenomenal.
They'll be making it spicy too. Like they make the air hard to breathe. So one time, one
true.
time, one of our Cajun friends, he was like making like this like spicy.
You need a boil, I think.
Yeah, he was doing like some kind of spicy boil, and I walked into his apartment and
Started coughing immediately.
like I was like short of breath. It was so hot, like it was it was burning my everything.
It was
He had
that-
the windows open. It didn't matter.
It was that good old slap your mama. That's what that is.
Oh yeah,
slap your mama.
Isn't that like a type of sauce too?
It's a
Like-
seasoning.
Yeah,
It's a dry season.
It
It's
is.
a dry seasoning, and then they have different levels, like mild, hot, like super hot.
yeah.
And the super hot one, like you just open it, you're like,
Like I can't wait to
Yeah.
feel the pain.
yeah, and then
You
crawfish.
like the spicy, don't you?
I like to get it up there. I don't like to go like super crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like we did, my buddies and I did our own ghetto version of the hot ones challenge. We got all the hot
Okay.
sauces. The bomb is the worst by far. It just tastes like licking a campfire.
Yeah, I had the
That's
bomb.
all it is. It's literally like a campfire in your mouth. You're like, what is this?
So smoky.
And it's painful.
After that, it was fine. Like after that, you're kind of. It's actually good sauces. But I don't like to go too like. I like to savor the food as well. I don't want to be like.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah, you don't want to be suffering.
Yeah.
And then feeling it moving through your intestines later.
You're trying to hit that fine line of like a good kick with a good flavor on it.
Yep.
Yeah.
Super hard.
No, it is for sure.
It's a very fine line. 'Cause then you go too far, you're like, oh, I can't bring it back. But I always rather go lower than higher because you can always kick it up slightly
You
if
can
you
always
want
add
to.
some more heat. Can't take it away.
Yep.
Did you ever do that one chip challenge?
No, I'm smart.
We were gonna do it, and then I got talked out of doing it.
I didn't want to do it. I was like, I will watch you do it.
I had a couple
mean,
buddies do it. That I just knew it was gonna be too.
And you watched them do it.
Oh yeah.
Was it brutal?
It was. I felt bad. Like it was just the pain, not the day of.
The next day.
The next day.
Moving
just
through your
like
intestines,
seeing
that's what
the
I was
messages that were coming out, I was like, "You guys are dumb." Like,
Yeah.
I told you, like, don't do this. Why? What are you going to get out of this?
Like we've seen the results.
Yeah,
It's not good.
A bunch of times all over the place.
Because it was right when they came out and everyone was doing it, and my buddy was like, "I got like 4 of them." I was like, "Good luck."
Yeah.
And yeah, it's just
Set a world record. I wonder what the world record is of how many of those chips one person has
well,
ate in one sitting.
that one kid just died apparently recently.
What?
Which one?
Yeah, apparently a kid did a hot chip challenge or whatever. One of those.
And he died?
Killed him?
Died. Yep.
From the hot chip challenge?
Apparently they came with a new one that's like super like nuclear
Was it
hot
mega hot?
or whatever. I don't know. Yeah, he took it and he died from taking the chip.
Wow. And that's why
What was the cause of death?
That's
Like,
why they make you sign a waiver.
Yeah, I think it was something like his
Right,
body had a reaction,
Intestinal failure or something.
something like that.
Huh.
His body's had a bad reaction to it, and he just
Damn,
dude.
you all go to eat a chip and then die from that shit?
yeah, it's kind of bad when you're like, oh, I'm having a snack and
Jeez.
Yeah, I didn't realize
didn't-
that
yeah.
happened. But I mean,
yeah, it was on the news. It was I forget where it was, but yeah, I saw it. It was like because of course my buddies had done it, so they're all about like keeping. They see something like, oh man, at least we
here's the new
survived.
challenge.
Yeah. But yeah, yes, I saw some kid pass away. I was like, damn.
Fuck. Wonder if
That's
you had
rough.
like maybe pre-existing conditions or something.
It has to
Probably
be something.
shouldn't- yeah.
It has to be something like that where you're like, you shouldn't do this.
Right.
Like I have a buddy who has a heart condition. I'm like, dude, don't even go near this.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he shouldn't mess
Like,
with that.
don't even think about looking at this chip.
Wow.
Just because I don't want to take it to the goddamn hospital, or send you an Uber because it's cheaper than an ambulance. But that's a whole different conversation.
Yeah.
For a whole different.
I mean, over a chip, I mean...
It's not worth it.
It's not worth it. It
I
never.
mean,
It
you
never
gotta
will
think.
be.
You got to think about humanity, though, and all the ways that people have passed, and the dumb things people have done. Like
chip.
Yeah, to die over eating a spicy chip. That's one I was not expecting to hear
Yeah,
tonight.
and it made big news. Like it was just like it was something like. I think they came out with a new flavor. Don't quote me on this, but it was something that came out with a new flavor, and yeah, he had it, and it just like ruined him.
It's and TikTok and all that stuff does do a lot of this shit. Like you remember about a year ago when they were doing the NyQuil chicken?
Yeah,
I mean, I said on one of my other shows, I'm like, you can get that natural bird hit in other areas. Like you don't need to marinate your chicken in NyQuil. Like it was like the Tide Pod thing. It's like what are we doing here, guys?
again, Darwinism.
People really do want attention that bad,
Well, it's
like a form of depression, right? Like
It's an addiction.
We're talking about the social media stuff.
It's true.
This is just a catalyst from that conversation, as people are so apt to using the apps and trying to get the likes and who's checking out my shit and when did it hit, and that person saw
popularity
success.
contest.
Yeah, they saw success doing that shit. So let me try to duplicate that and let me go a little bit harder. And like at any point during that journey, are these people actually having any sense of a real self-reflection and finding themselves?
No.
But we're all mid-30s, right? So
Yeah.
we're all experienced gentlemen at this point, and
That's one way to put it.
we're experienced gentlemen.
I probably would have done something stupid like that in my early 20s.
Yeah, so it's like, at this point we get it. Like we fucked up. We've made the mistakes. We've taken the hits. Like recovered the bruises.
Oh, yeah. We've learned. We've learned.
So it's like
Repetition's a mother's skill.
what did they say? Like knowledge is wasted on
the young.
knowledge is wasted on the youth. Like what does that even mean?
Well, it's just more the thing of you want to go viral. Everyone's like, oh, what's our viral moment? It's like live your life and it'll happen organically. Again, organically comes up all the time.
Yeah. Fuck the online dating.
Yeah. Fuck online dating. Close your accounts, go to a bar, order a picture, and talk to the cute girl across the bar and be like, if you're cheering on for the Rockies or the Broncos, which no one is, sorry, correction, or the Buffs or the Avs or Nuggets, order her a shot. Be like, hey, the Avs just scored, we're doing a shot. You want a shot? Just throw it out there.
So this one time, Kevin and I were sitting at a table with these two girls that we were talking to at a bar.
Casa Verde.
And fucking we have it in with the bartender, right? So the bartender knows us. He's like cool with us.
Oh, I know where this was.
And then all of a sudden, like these shots appear at the table with us and these two chicks. And then the bartender made us shots too. So these two guys bought the two girls shots, but the bartender was our boy, so he made 4 shots. And
I remember this.
and then they're all like, he's all like, these shots are from these guys, and then we all look over, and then everyone at the table had a shot, and then we cheers those.
We cheers the guys.
Yeah, we cheers
Like,
those
"Thanks, bro."
guys, and they were so upset. You could tell that they were like upset over there. It's just, I don't know what made me think about that, but it was.
I forgot about
it's
that.
Just, it's the thing, like, it's
stupid.
just going out there and just having fun, enjoying life, put the phone
Yes.
down. But yeah, everyone's just looking for the viral moment of like, I've interviewed Broncos, Mammoth, Avalanche, Nuggets players, stuff like that. Again, my social media presence is horrible. I needed someone to take care of it for me because I just don't have the time or the patience to do it. I'm not someone that has that type of mind of like, oh, boom, 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 here it goes. But yeah, it's just everyone's looking for that moment of like, oh, you're on the news. Oh, you made it onto ESPN. Oh, you made it onto TMZ. Whatever, X, Twitter, whatever it's called nowadays. So all the younger youth is just looking for that validation of like, yeah, I'm that cool.
Right.
And again, it's just part of society's fault as well, where we actually entertain that and they get millions and millions and millions of views, and then brands jump on and go, hey, sell this loofah for 99 cents and we'll give you a quarter out of every sale.
What's a loofah? Like something you wash yourself
Yeah,
with?
it's like if you use
It's a
body wash.
bath utensil.
Yeah, if you
A
shower.
loofah.
Yeah, it's a little ball.
It's a puffy thing.
Yeah, it's a puffy thing.
You don't know what a
You-
loofah is?
No, I guessed it right, but you know,
That's true, he did.
You don't use body wash?
I mean, not with a loofah.
Yeah, that's how you have
Why
that.
the hell do you wash yourself?
Yeah, it's just your hand.
Yeah, hands. And look, I use the same soap on my balls that I do on my face, so I'm not afraid to admit that.
I don't
here.
know.
Well,
There's face wash and then there's ball wash.
any Harry's, anyone like that, feel free to reach out to Discussion Combustion. They're going to need something. So feel free to reach out to them. They'll
Harry's
help.
is a pretty good product.
That's what I
Yeah.
use.
Yeah.
It is. Actually, did they stop selling Harry's at Targets? Because I used
Nope.
to go in there.
That's exactly where I buy mine.
So
Interesting.
he knows. Harry's, appreciate the sponsorship. Use
Yeah.
promo code DCPC and hook everybody up.
Yeah, I'm a Stone guy, so Harry Stone is a very
Those are
nice.
good.
Okay.
But loofah, it's like $1 you can buy. It's just like a little sponge thing you throw in
It's too soft. Like when it
No,
touches
you need
when
the
it touches
tougher
me,
one.
it's like too soft.
It
like,
gets exfoliates the skin.
I
Gets it
don't
all.
know. Like
it's good.
It's like when I wash my hands.
And then
my
do you
hands,
lotion? Do you use lotion?
I don't use lotion.
For not that purpose, but for your body.
Well, as
No,
Bill Burr says, you
yeah,
need to
so-
increase the circumference of the lotion distribution.
Yep.
You can use it in other areas.
Oh yeah, for sure. I always recommend good coconut butter, coconut lotion.
Coconut oil is good.
Really makes. And also, this is something that will attract a lady if she touches your arm and it's nice and soft. She's like, "Ooh, you smell good. You feel good. You're not like a sandpaper."
Yeah.
Let's see where this goes. So
Yeah, it's probably good. It's good to moisturize for sure.
Yes,
especially
especially
when you
here.
drink as much as I do, and we're in high altitude. You know, when you hold your arm out and you drag your nails across, and the flakes start flying off. Again, Bill Burr.
also, one of the things I do is every morning wake up, I get my bottle of my 750 milliliter bottle of water. Before I do anything else, I pound that. And
Yeah.
like the first 30 minutes I'm awake, I pound 750 of water, and then I start get my coffee, caffeine, whatever, and then I go on with my day.
I heard that's one of the best ways to wake up. Is just it's good old like room temperature water, cold
Yep.
water, whatever.
Yep. Just 750 of water, just straight down the hatch. It takes me about 10, 15 minutes because it is a lot of freaking water.
Yeah.
Like,
750's that's a
it's
lot.
like, ugh.
Like over here, like okay, we got this.
Good way to wake up the body, the organs,
Yeah,
everything's
it,
getting-
it rehydrates everything. Your body
Yeah.
just like starts. It's like warming up an engine basically. It's like, oh, turn it on, put a little fuel fluid in there. All right, and now
Yeah.
we're good to go.
get the motor on. I drink seltzers. I'm a big seltzer guy because I like carbonation. I drink a lot of beer,
Yep.
so so I always crack one of those on my way to work in the morning and just drink a seltzer. 'Cause I'm not a big coffee guy anymore.
Yeah, Topo Chico is probably one of my favorite
Oh, those are good.
mineral waters to drink, and went down a rabbit hole about water during COVID.
Getting like that, all the minerals.
Yep.
I mean, the whole purified water, like it depletes your body of
Yeah.
minerals, doesn't it?
Well, it's all the pH balance is all bullshit.
Oh, the
Yeah.
alkaline stuff.
Yeah, the alkaline stuff. Your stomach is more acidic than any other water, so it's just going to neutralize it anyway. So
It was,
that's all
it was
bullshit.
all a marketing scheme.
It's all marketing. It's like tequila, which is all marketing. It's yeah, we can go down a rabbit hole about that too. But like the water stuff, Evian's one of my favorite ones. Fiji's usually what I have I have in the fridge. I'll usually have Topo Chico, Evian, and Fiji.
Okay.
Those are good. Those are definitely good.
And then any other water you buy it. You can look at the back. It'll say, "Oh, bottled at Denver Water Facility." It's just tap water.
Yeah.
You're buying anything that's just purified or anything like that. It's
Through a
usually
carbon
tap
filter,
water.
maybe if you're lucky.
Yeah, and it's all tap water. You want some good mineral water, fresh water. It's like Evian, Liquid Death, all those other ones.
I've heard
They
good
have-
things about liquid death.
Yeah, and it's total dissolved solids is what you want to look for. They have solids in them, minerals, silica, all that fun stuff. That's what you want to look for to get a good replenishment of those nutrients that your body actually needs.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Evian's a little more crisp. Fiji's a little more silky smooth because they have more silica in it. So, yeah, and Topo Chico's is great for 1, drinking, and 2, mixing with drinks. So.
Yeah, it's a good mixer for sure. I want to know about tequila though. What do you think's going on? As I'm representing Tres Generaciones.
Yeah. I've become a really big tequila guy during COVID. That was like kind of like, I forgot where it was. I saw it. Might have been social media somewhere, but I ran into, I think his name is like Lucas Casillas or something like that on Instagram. He's like a tequila guy. So,
Okay.
And he like just starts explaining like all the celebrity tequila are just basically mass produced, just made of this big distillery that does millions and millions of bottles a year. It's all the same tequila. Let's say Casamigo. I'm not saying this because I don't have it memorized, but like this distillery one makes 20 different tequilas.
Mm-hmm.
One of them is Casamigos. That's the most marketed one, George Clooney, whatever. But like the number 20th is the same Blanco tequila that is in Casamigos for like $10, $50 instead of paying $60
Yeah.
for the Casamigo. You're getting the same tequila for less money.
So you are correct in a lot of those areas for sure. So
Yeah.
when you look at the back of a bottle of
The
tequila,
Nam.
the Nam, exactly. If you look up the Nam, you can see the distillery.
And it's funny because Patron is the reason why there's a nom, because everyone's like, oh, it's like the Patron of tequila. It's like, no. Then they did a whole battle of like licensing, getting identification numbers for each distillery. So Tequila Matchmaker, great website, great app. If you need to look up a tequila, just flip it over, find the nom number, type it in there. It'll tell you what that distillery makes.
Yep.
And if it's good or not.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that's good information to know because the consumers are getting ripped off in a lot of areas. I work in the industry, so I see a lot of it. And just, having some brand knowledge and looking at it, because tequila is the number one growing spirit right now and has been for some time outside of RTDs, the ready to drinks. Tequila's still growing. What's your go-to? What's your brand?
I'm a big La Gritona guy. Tapatio is a good one for me, too. These are all on my counter right now. Lalo is a good Blanco. What else? Lalo, Gritona, Tapatio. We got Tequila Ocho, Fortaleza.
Are you just straight Blancos or doing
No, Reposados. I'm a big Reposado guy. That's kind of like where my Blancos are good.
Clase Azul?
Too much additives and sugary. One good way to test a tequila is if you pour just a little bit in your hand, rub it together. If your hands become sticky, it's additives.
Yeah, you can feel the
If
stickiness.
it's anything under 1% of the total volume of the liquid, they do not have to call it. They don't have to call it additives or additive are in it. So they go up to like 0.99% of additives. An agave plant does not taste like vanilla. It does not taste like all this sweet stuff. So it's all additives. And Clase Azul, again, it's just a marketing thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, let me ring the bell. Bing.
And it's not a cheap bottle.
No.
The bottle looks cool.
It looks cool. It's just marketing.
Have you read Sotal?
Sotal's good.
Yeah, it's not really taken off, but it's definitely a nice agave-based spirit. Because I can't quite call it tequila unless it's made in Jalisco, Mexico.
Jalisco, yep.
So
yeah, it's a good one. And it's like mezcal. Similar thing. If you like more smokier things.
yeah.
I also be with like scotch or whiskey. I'm like smoky or like peaty or whatever.
Yep.
I'm like, hey, if you like that stuff, try mezcal. It'll be up your alley if you like that smoky
Oh, yeah, if
flavor.
you're a Scotch guy, you'll like a mezcal for sure.
Yeah, but I've got like Tears of Dona, which is a really great bottle of tequila. Super rare to find, super expensive. But we finished that the night the Avs won the championship.
Nice.
It was a long night.
Felt good the next day.
Rough morning.
It
You
happened.
had to slam your 750 water and get on it.
Yeah, but the thing is, with the good tequilas, you're not getting the hangovers.
It's true. Well, see, that George Clooney marketed Casamigos well that way because, and I'm not going to advocate for Casamigos because my company lost it, but he's like, oh, there's no burn, there's no hangover, right? And everyone just loves Casamigos because the marketing behind it was brilliant.
Yeah, and that's all it is. You're paying for all those ads that you see.
Yep.
But like Tequila Ocho, they're a great family estate. I've become a really big small. I guess you call them. My friends call me bougie for being tequila. Like, just drink this fucking tequila. I'm like, no, I'd rather just get something else.
Yeah.
And
It's just like the I want to leave sort of thing.
Yeah.
I'm just going to do my thing.
Yeah.
Everyone should just find their own thing and be like, this is where I have my line, and I'm not gonna go against myself. So
That's been like me with Bud Light the whole time. When all the bullshit went down, everyone's like, I can't believe you're still drinking that stuff. It's like, well, I like it, and I'm going to continue to drink it. Thank you, Bud Light.
Modelo for me, it's been a new find actually. I used to drink it before, but the Modelo in the bottle,
It is
nice,
good.
refreshing.
That is a good beverage.
So, talking about advice, we've asked you this question before.
Been 4 years, Art.
We're going to ask again. Yeah,
Oh, jeez. Let me get
been
another
a while.
another one.
It's been a while. So, if you could offer one piece of advice to all of humanity, so everybody could be better tomorrow,
Okay.
what would that piece of advice be?
I would say listen. Just stop. When someone's talking, just listen to what they're saying. Pay attention. Be in the moment. Just listen. Because everyone wants to get their opinion. I'm like, no, what? Me. Just shut up. Listen. Just sit there and nod. Process what they're saying. Actually, active listening. Like, listen to what they're saying. It'll solve a lot of problems. A lot of confusion will be gone. And the world will be a better place if we just sit down, shut the fuck up, and listen.
It's good advice for sure. As we piggybacked up, putting the phones down when you're visiting with people, whatever. Just listen to what people have to say. Hang out. Get to know folks. Have a real conversation. Sit across the table, share a beverage. Not one of us looked at our phones this whole time.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Well, and it's one of those things too where when you are actively truly listening, and then you start asking those secondary questions, like not surface level questions, where like you talked about X. And so I'm like, okay, then that relates to this and this. So how do you feel about that and this?
Yep.
And then it's like, okay, then you open up this whole new spectrum of, personality and how this person actually processes life and thinks. And yeah, so listen, that's one thing that podcasting has taught me too, is in the beginning, I was interrupting people way too frequently. And as it went on and as I would listen to myself back, I would be like, oh, I cut that person short. I wasn't listening.
So that happened to me too, because I host the Denver Generous and stuff like that. So that was one of the bigger things I had to learn as well. And also, like, another double-edged sword of that is when I'm doing interviews or being on another podcast, is reminding myself, like, don't interview the interviewees, because I'm just used to be like you, like, like you guys asking the questions, like, oh, what about this? What about this? I'm like, all right, just answer the questions. Just go with the questions and answer it. Because it's always like just habits, right? You just get into the habit like, oh, boom, 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 boom. But yeah, listening. And it makes you an active listener. And like I said, deeper conversations, deeper connections by doing one simple thing, shutting up.
Yes.
Yeah. I mean, as podcasters, though, you bring up a good point. Because anytime we're on another program, it's like, I'm just here to hang out and have fun. That's the best part. You just get to sit there, drink beer. And
I'm on cruise control. I ain't got to worry about anything.
The job's easy.
I gotta sit here, look pretty, make some noises on this thing, and it'll be all good.
Yeah. That's what's great about this industry, though, man. I love to see as it continues to evolve, and different things are coming into it, and we see the video aspect of it now. And, because you guys, talking about the Denver Degenerates here as we're on the back half of this app, you guys were in the game a long time ago, right? And you saw kind of the progression of what this industry is.
I've always told people when we started, get into it. It's easy, phone, very simple. You could download the softwares as we got to where we were at that time and point with the interviews we were doing and stuff like that, going places, seeing people. You definitely have to adapt to situations. Like, I still have all the portable recorders. I have all the handheld, all that stuff. Still the whole studio. We're on episode 249. There might be a reunion for 250. Let you guys know. So that'd be funny.
We're looking forward to that.
We might actually throw it up on YouTube. And I think I mentioned it when I met you guys a couple of years ago. Was, hey, video is going to be a big thing for us coming up. But then COVID happened and life just got kicked upside down. So that was the next step, was actually taking the podcast from just audio only to video. But then, like I said, COVID happened. I was just real estate at the time, and my income stream just completely dried up.
Oh, I bet.
And I was the one funding it, and then I get paid back by the guys eventually. But, putting a good amount of money up front when you're not working is just kind of you're like, I still got to pay my bills, got to pay my rent, got to pay my house note, got to do all this stuff. So I had to put on the back burner, and then we, got through COVID and decided, we're going to take a break. We've done it for, 6 years at that point. Been going for a while. So, yeah, and then video was always the thing that was next step of the podcast. But, yeah, it's just being in this industry, it's always growing. It's one of the fastest growing industries still in sports, media, broadcasting, networking. And also, I think a lot of people enjoy the personalness. Like, you're not the... Hello, welcome to ESPN, watching the Daytona 500.
I mean,
brought to you by Pepsi.
Yeah, that was pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
I mean, we were talking about dates and stuff on this one. Like, no, this was a real episode. Yeah. And it was really good to
three dudes in a room.
Reconnect with you, man. Like, it's
sure.
been years.
Absolutely.
I'll see you guys in like another 3 years. Cool.
No, once you guys relaunch,
Yeah. We'll definitely reach out to you guys, let you guys know.
We'll come down and do an app.
Yeah, for sure. We'll have you over at our place. We do have a shop machine, so that's the only thing. really the only difference. And also, we got a kitchen and it's our place. Yeah, that was like literally what you guys have done here. Congratulations, you guys! Kicked from where I met you guys 3 years ago to here. It's awesome. Good job, guys.
Thank you, man.
I love the progression. Yeah, this is kind of what I had planned also for us. But again, life just happened. We have 5 people. It's like a boy band.
Yeah.
No, it is.
There's a lot of schedules, a lot of travel, a lot of works. We all work.
Yes.
We all have full-time jobs. So trying to get 5 schedules to line up. Be like, all right, can we do it Thursday? What about Tuesday? What about a Wednesday afternoon? What about Sunday? And everyone's got something going on. So it's got to a point, and I think we had the COVID burnout and everything.
Sure.
So we're taking our little band break, and the reunion will come. It'll be soon. It's always funny. You never think about, again, talking about confidence, just going out talking to people. We were actually out a couple weeks ago at a birthday party, and we met up with someone that we know in the radio industry, and they're like, hey, do you guys want to do this? And we're like, do we want to get back into it? Like, seriously, jump back into that part of it? Or do more like this, like more of a more chill, relaxed location, or where we're like, all right, we have to do a radio show plus a podcast plus this stuff. And also that kind of got on top of it, too. We started reaching out into TV and stuff like that, like broadcast TV and stuff like that. So that actually added another layer of complexity of like, all right, we got to record the podcast plus do the radio show for an hour. So we got to come up with about 3 hours of content every week, but we talk to each other every day. We're going to pull us out of. So it was just a lot of things piled up in the wrong way at the wrong time. So we're definitely, we'll be back. There will be a reunion. We'll let you guys know. We'll get you guys on there. We'll have a fun time. We're going to invite some of the people we had on. Thing is, bring on the State King, Paul Baldwin from those guys and those people, and do a nice little reunion. I'm probably going to do a remote, just do it at a bar or something. Yeah. On a patio. So that's kind of what I've been thinking about for the reunion show, to get to 250, and then we'll see where it goes from there. Yeah. But yeah, it's I'm really proud of you guys. This is awesome. Like, this is kind of what I would thought we would have ended up if we would have kept going and just not burned out.
Well, it's great to have you in here, though, man. I mean,
yeah, absolutely.
Cheers, guys.
You know,
cheers to that for sure.
Here, but here I'll throw the empty. But here's the thing: is you still came in, you showed up, showed out, had great energy. We talked dating, we talked a little bit of advice for people, and honestly, everybody out there, why don't you shut the fuck up and just listen a little bit and be good to yourselves, because you know that you deserve it.
Yes, absolutely. Gabe, thanks again, brother, man.
Hey, thank you guys. It's been a pleasure. And yeah, just listen, guys. Watch out for the reunion tour. We'll let you guys know. We'll get you guys on there. We'll do some fun stuff for sure.
Hell yeah, man. Cheers, y'all.
Salud.